3 bids to build the rail project's first 9 stations canceled as the Transit Authority tries to stay on budget. Good evening, I'm Kenny Choi.
And I'm Yunji Denise. The lowest bid for those 9 stations was some 60% more than Hart predicted. The Transit Authority believes that breaking up the contracts into smaller parts will result in some savings, but critics aren't so sure. KITV4's Andrew Pereira has our top story tonight.
9 West Oahu rail stations for $184 million. Hart was hoping for a bargain, but wound up with sticker shock. The lowest bid unsealed last month was $110 million more than what the Transit Authority predicted. Now, a rail redo.
We have decided that it is in the public's best interest to cancel this solicitation and redesign the bid in order to reduce risk to the contractors and thereby reduce cost.
Grabowska says the size and scope of the contract for the first 9 rail stations, in addition to the tight construction schedule, drove up the cost of the bids. That one contract is now being split up to save money.
Right now we're looking at 3 packages of 3, as opposed to 1 package of 9.
However, allowing more time for the first 9 stations to be built could delay the opening of the first 10 miles of the project by a full year.
These stations were set to be available in the interim opening in 2017. Once we confirm all this, one of the things that may result is that the interim opening would be delayed maybe into 2018.
The rail project still has $556 million left in contingency funds, but with more contracts yet to be issued, Grabowska says that money should be left alone. Councilwoman Ann Kobayashi says before Grabowska took control of Hart in April 2012, rail planners repeatedly told her the project's contingency fund was $1 billion. On Tuesday, Grabowska provided another number.
The contingency, as far as I've known it in the time I've been here, has always been at the $643 million level.
But in May 2012, Grabowska wrote a letter to Council Chairman Ernie Martin saying the rail project has a total contingency balance of $835.9 million after having drawn down $29.7 million. Kobayashi doesn't know what to make of the wildly different numbers.
I want to know the true numbers. That's all. We want transparency. We want the truth.
Meanwhile, rail critics are pouncing on the news that Hart has canceled the 3 bids to build the first 9 stations. State Senator Sam Sloan said, quote, "What this reveals is the rail plan was too optimistic, or the bids and tenders were poorly managed."
Now, under the full funding grant agreement with the Federal Transit Administration, the rail project must begin accepting riders no later than January 1st, 2020. Hart still hopes to debut the rail line in March 2019. Today, Grabowska admitted that canceling the 3 bids could result in litigation. Even so, he believes the overall cost should be less. Yunji?
Andrew Pereira leading us off tonight. Andrew, thank you.